Hey everybody, Dr. Brad here from Tenino Chiropractic coming to you, and I just wanted to continue on the theme from my last video if you happen to catch that. And that one I talked about how why I like taking care of some of my older folks that I take care of. And so today I was talking to a patient that I've had for quite a while who's I believe in her 70s, and we're just talking about, like I was asking her, what's some of the benefits that she's experienced. Why does she continue to come in on a regular basis? What would she say to somebody who didn't know what chiropractors do, and why you would go on a regular basis, especially being an older person. And one of the things she mentioned was how she really feels like she's much more stable on her feet. So before she started coming in, she had fallen a couple times recently, in the probably 6 or 8 months prior to that, and was really worried about it, which makes a lot of sense because, statistically speaking, about a quarter of every adult over 65 in this country falls one time during the year. And quite a large percentage of those end up hospitalized or, going to the emergency room and getting hospitalized. Things like breaking hips, breaking arms, breaking shoulders, injuring, hitting head traumas and things like that. And it can become quite a big problem. And not to go too far down the sort of depressing side of the statistics, but we know that hip fracture is a big thing, gosh, it's escaping me now, a big statistical reality for making you live a shorter period of time. Like if you break your hip, odds are you're not going to live as long because of the recovery and all of that kind of stuff. So it was interesting to me that she mentioned balance because it makes so much sense that chiropractic would have been helping her with her balance, but it just kind of made me think about this whole picture with our older people and balance and falling and helping them not fall. Because since she's been coming in, which has been over a year and a half or so, she hasn't fallen a single time and just really notices the stability of her body and her balance being much better. And so as I gave it some thought and thought about, trying to explain it and talk to her about it, it makes total sense because so much of what we work on in chiropractic care, whether you're young or old, is helping your brain and your body be in proper alignment so that your brain can coordinate all the other functions of your body. So that includes things like pain, certainly, but also how our organs work, how our blood vessels work, our glands and all that kind of stuff. And then also how our muscles work. And I don't just mean muscles when you're lifting weights, but more importantly, and much bigger part of the job, is the postural muscles. So those muscles that hold us upright versus gravity, standing on 2 feet, because that takes a lot of brain power and a lot of coordination of our nervous system to be able to do this. It seems normal, we're used to it, we kind of take it for granted for the most part during our lives, walking around on 2 feet, but it's a huge part of our brain function. And so when things are out of alignment in our spine, they affect our posture. And so instead of standing square, head level, shoulders level, we end up finding people are twisted and turned in their normal standing posture, head tilt, high shoulder, hip twisted, rotations. And what ends up happening is now the system isn't square. Your body isn't square when you're going through your daily activity. So, the cat runs by your feet, you miss a step, you slip on something, and your brain tries to react and catch you. But because the posture is off kilter to begin with, trying to adapt and catch that fall is a lot more challenging. So we see people fall down a lot. And that's really part of why, as we start to get things working better, everybody, but our older people in particular, fall much less often. So this kind of ended up being a long rambling explanation, but it really made me want to point out this really important piece of safety in terms of our older folks and why it can be so important aside from just back pain and all that kind of stuff that chiropractic can help. So too can it help prevent falls by improving overall balance and function. So we're continuing on with our special offer that we're running for the rest of the month until the middle of October, that anyone who is of Medicare age, so that's 65 or older, or if you have Medicare and you're younger, which a few people do, we're extending a special offer to really reach out and help this population of people as much as possible get in, get their bodies working better, let them be able to do the things they love doing, in their, the quote-unquote golden years of life. And so that is that you can come on in for the initial consultation, exam. We'll go over medical history. We have a high technology nervous system scan system that's totally painless that we do here in the office. and evaluate. And I'll look at all of that and come up with a good plan of action, see if it's something I can help with, with what you have going on or what they have going on if you have a loved one, and really create a plan that's going to help better function, better activity, and help our folks do the things they want to do in their lives. So give us a call, 360-264-5999, and we can get you set up. That's through the middle of October. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you later.